And joining us now is Lori Dyck from Showpony Hair. Great to have you back on the show.
Thank you very much.
I know I remember these beautiful styles you did for wedding hair, and now we are talking summer hair.
We
and
are.
Lots of challenges for people as we're heading into different water, sun, everything mixed in.
You got it. It's sort of the #1 season that I hear the most complaints about hair not working, mine included. I'm naturally curly, so I feel everybody's pain. First thing you have to remember, and I think people sort of in summer months forget, the tendency is to want to pull it back in a ponytail and forget about your hair. But the best suggestion I have is get a good haircut that works with your natural texture. So if you're naturally curly and you're used to blow drying in winter, it's inevitable. Your hair is going to get frizzy, you're going to get curly, you're going to end up in a pool at some point, and you need something that'll dry and be flattering to you.
So embrace the curls at that point if you're going to be in water, and so get the cut that's going to make the most of them.
You got it. So just embrace it and work with it. I believe you were talking about in your last segment, there's tons of products that are out there that work really well with natural wave, natural curls. Things like even brushing in a mousse into your hair, sort of any of the curl creams that we have that are softer now. They're designed to really dry in your hair so you don't get that crunchy sort of.
I was going to say, you want to do that, and you want to be able to jump out of the shower, jump out of the water, put something in your hair and go, but then you realize a half hour later there's something,
you've got that helmet head
quite going on. So these products are a lot easier that you can just literally
They are.
Still
They're a
look
little
natural.
more water soluble. They're really designed to work with your natural texture but not give a heavy product buildup. So it is a little bit softer. So work with that. If you have fine hair that's a little bit more flyaway, that you're suddenly finding that it's very limp and you're not getting a lot of lift out of it, consider maybe cutting it a bit shorter, getting a few layers in it, or conversely, growing it a bit longer so you can in fact pull it back.
Pulling it back, there's one thing I noticed, so these are different kinds of elastics.
They are. Summer months, again, we really are into the wash and wear kind of hair. You know, we're not wanting to spend half an hour in the morning blow drying our hair and using our hot tools and all of those things. So what I would suggest is two things. One, natural bristle brushes. Okay, these are designed to not break your hair, work with a natural texture, give you a little bit of stretch, but they're a lot kinder and gentler. Next thing, elastics that aren't rubber based. Reason being, when your hair is wet, it can stretch up to 50% of its natural length. So what ends up happening, we pull it back in a nice top ponytail, off, we're out the door. When our hair starts to dry and it wants to contract a little bit, they don't allow for, which ends up with breakage.
So that's why we're getting all that breakage.
It is why. So something a little softer, gentler, think of a loose bun, even braids are in this season, a great alternative to using a tight sort of ponytail.
Yeah, except people can't figure out how to do those really pretty kind of buns, or people don't have the talent to be able to figure all of that out, or maybe just go on a nice tutorial and eventually break it down.
I was going to say YouTube is fantastic for hair tutorials, how to do very basic things. They also make these really interesting, great little twisty, Barrett's Goody makes them. I know you can buy them just in many of the drugstores.
Stick them in, right?
Stick them in, twist them in your hair. You can get some nice elevation, a nice little bun, very simple.
Okay, I just want to hit on a couple more products because we're also going to be looking at kind of salt damage depending on the pools, depending on where you're swimming as well.
Yeah, so chlorine, by nature, it actually changes the structure of your hair and damages it. So what it actually does is eats away at your natural proteins, keratins on the outside of your hair, and takes away a lot of the moisture. So as any of us can attest to, if you've seen anyone who spent a lot of time in a pool, what ends up happening, you get really brittle, sort of straw-like looking hair. So it's very important before you hop in the pool to actually make sure that you're treating your hair properly before you get in and when you get out. So before you get in, most basic thing you can do, drench your hair in just regular old tap water. The more moisture that you have in your hair, the less you're actually absorbing from the pool, so the less chlorine that's actually getting in your hair. Next thing you can do, of course, wear a bathing cap. I know it's not pretty, but it saves your hair. Slather a little conditioner, just regular conditioner under that bathing cap. Pin up your hair, best combat to chlorine. Okay. Assuming you haven't done that and you're at the barbecue, you've hopped in the pool, you're now drenched in chlorine, rinse it as soon as possible. So as soon as you possibly can, get as much of that chlorinated water out of your hair. And the next step that you'd want to take is using a shampoo or a conditioner that's based for that. So they have something in it called EDTA, which basically bonds to the chlorine molecule, takes it out of your hair, and rinses it away.
Some great information. Of course, people can find you. I know we can't get to all of the products right now, but some really great tips. And if you want more information, you can always sit down and sit in your chair and chat with Lori. She's at Showpony, which is located at 166 2nd Avenue. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.